Chris, it certainly looks like you have a lot of fun playing out there.
Yeah.
How do you get in that kind of mood to enjoy yourself so quickly as soon as you get into a game?
I mean, just being grateful of the opportunity to still be able to play, still being able to be in Toronto and be with my, Scotty and these guys that I've been with for a long time. So, I mean, obviously we're learning every day, and it feels good to be in the process of it. Just I'm getting to learn basketball too, play different position, and just kind of see the things that I could do to help this team, and also seeing the growth. I think that's one thing that I'm enjoying right now is just seeing the growth of the team and the things that we're actually applying into the games when we go to practice.
You played a bunch of center earlier on in your time here, less so over the last few years. What advantages do you feel like you have when you're playing as the five, especially recently?
Well, I think the past years, I think I was always, a little bit faster than the other five man. I think that, I mean, obviously, at my career, I was always a roller. I was a lob threat, and also I think that's always a help. If you roll, usually it's gonna close the guys and it open up the corner. I think that also help, but also, sometimes pop in us, and obviously the bigs are usually shot blockers, and also they all sink in, and that gives me open shots and all. Great offensive rebound, obviously. I think that's all stuff that obviously I was doing before, and I was always kind of like keeping in the backside since I was playing out of the position. But anytime that I get to play the five again, I mean, I think it just goes back to what I was doing before.
You said you enjoyed seeing the growth. Mm-hmm. Where have you seen the most growth, or where have you seen that growth?
I think it's just every player. When you think about it, Quickley was injured, and now he's coming back and having to control the game and being the point guard of the team and all. With Scotty, obviously Scotty's just taking another jump every time. But you can see Grady on defense. Off the bench, the chemistry that we're building. I think you can see mini steps everywhere, but all together, I think it's it's really nice to see, especially when you were there at the beginning. You kind of see, okay, we don't do the same mistakes anymore.
Darko was just in here saying that Scotty doesn't get enough credit defensively from media, public, whatever. Obviously, he just had a really strong defensive performance. Not that this is the only one that he's had recently, but from what you've seen in terms of his growth on that end of the floor, what makes him such a special defensive player?
Very physical, very smart at the point of the attack, going unders, over, kind of always talking. I think that always helps him out. And obviously, I think that the one thing that he's putting way more energy on it too. So, you can't deny the work that he's put in, and you can't deny how smarter he's getting on defense and how it's helping us.
There's a timeout at the 5-minute mark after the Suns made a bit of a run. What was sort of the messaging that was shared in that timeout? It seemed like you guys really took over the game and finished off strong.
We were getting good shots. It just wasn't going in. I think Jacoby shot a corner 3, rings out. I got an offensive rebound. I missed the in and out 2. I missed 2 free throws. So we were like, we just got to, keep going and keep pushing and taking the right shots. I think it was going to go in. And obviously, I think after that timeout, we all told each other, like, okay, well, you know what, we're going to make a few, and it's going to help the game. And, I mean, obviously, we went on a tear for the end of the fourth. But I think that's what helped us, just staying together and knowing that, those shots were the good shots to take.
Have you seen a team hit 7 threes, including a 4-point play like that before?
I don't know. I don't remember that happening. No, never. That was nice.
Félicitations pour la victoire.
Thanks.
Qu'est-ce qui a marché ce soir collectivement? Et puis toi, personnellement, comment est-ce que tu restes prêt? On voit un jour, tu ne joues pas. Dès que tu entres, c'est instantanément donc l'attaque. Comment est-ce que tu restes prêt à avoir une performance comme ce soir?
Je pense que qu'est-ce qui a aidé aujourd'hui, c'est vraiment les details, sachant qu'ils ont des bons joueurs offensifs, puis ils vont make des shots, mais ça veut pas dire qu'ils vont rentrer tous les shots, et je pense qu'on a continué à les rendre ça dur pour Kevin et tout. Même s'ils ont eu une bonne game, je pense que c'était pas aussi facile qu'ils pensaient. Puis pour moi, je pense que c'est juste rester focus, comme j'ai dit. Je suis à un point maintenant dans ma carrière parce que je sais ce que je peux faire, je sais qu'est-ce que j'amène à une équipe. Et je pense que c'est vraiment la consistance. Je pense que maintenant, je suis capable de savoir, OK, c'est ça que je peux faire, et puis choisir comment le faire et au bon temps. Et le fait que je rentre plus tard dans la game, ça me donne l'opportunité de voir qu'est-ce qui se passe et de savoir qu'est-ce qu'on a besoin.
Et KD, c'est une menace offensive, mais ce soir, il a juste marqué 15 points. Qu'est-ce qui a marché pour vous défensivement contre KD?
Je pense que c'était dur pour lui d'avoir la balle au commencement. Je pense que ça a commencé déjà. Le fait que c'était dur pour lui de s'ouvrir et tout, d'avoir la balle. Et puis aussi le fait qu'on sait que c'est un bon score. Alors on essaie de rendre tous les shots qu'il prend difficiles. Et puis je pense que ça a aidé.
Does more go into the post-game routine after the season you've had and the injuries that you've dealt with?
No, I
or
just
is that just
taking care of my body.
The last few games you've been hunting your shot a bit more. You've been able to find your shot maybe. How much more in the flow are you feeling than you were earlier in your return?
Thank God I'm healthy. That's probably the biggest part. Just being able to get into a routine. I feel like I know what I'm capable of. Both ends of the floor, impact and winning. So just being able to play games over and over again, gives me a good chance to be in the flow and be in routine and stuff like that.
What happened with you guys? You went 8 of 8 from 3 and 4. Was it just one of those nights, or ball movement, or where was that?
A little bit of everything. One of those nights, ball movement. Sometimes you give yourself a chance when the ball's moving like that to have a good night shooting the ball. And some guys stepped up and made big shots. Total team effort.
You speak a bit about Kevin Durant and the impact he's had on your career. I know that you guys, trained together a little bit in 2021 as part of Team USA, and just what it's like. What's it like to face off against him?
I'm not gonna lie, Kevin Durant has not had a huge impact on my career, but he is a great player, and just the way he approaches the game, you can kind of just see the detail, the you can tell he's just been beating on his craft every single day for a while, and something like that inspires me. So I guess what he does there is definitely inspiring.
What did you think of Scotty? Well, I know it's no one player defends a guy like Kevin Durant, but Scotty was kind of off in the first line of defense. And what did you think of why he made things was able to help you guys make it difficult on Kevin?
He's an unbelievable defender. What he does a lot of times doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Guards the best player night in, night out. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's probably one of the biggest, arguably one of the most important parts of a game night in and night out is who's going to guard the best player, and a lot of nights it's him. So what he does for our team is just unbelievable.
Tonight was actually the first time you, RJ, and Scotty have all scored over 20 points in the same game. How does that feel? And
Wow.
Does the game feel easier when all
That is a crazy stat. But sometimes you just come out and play the game aggressive, try to make plays, and tonight was one of those nights where all of us was going. So, yeah.
Every time they kind of made a run at you guys, your players were able to answer it. Was that a good growing moment for your guys, you think?
For sure. I think it was a great experience for our guys to be in such a competitive game against playing against Kevin Durant, who is Hall of Famer and all-star player, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Those guys are amazing. It was great, the force that we played with. And I was really proud that we continued to trust each other and in the fourth quarter to continue to moving the ball. And as a result of that, we scored 39 points, made a bunch of threes, and all of those threes came off of creating for your teammates. That was a big deal for us today.
Take us through your game plan with KD. You held him both a number of attempts, and obviously you didn't convert many of his attempts. What was your plan going in?
The plan was to make it extremely hard on him, which is not easy task, and that's why we had multiple players. I'll tell you what, like Scotty was his primarily matchup, and amount of detail and force that Scotty played against him, and every time that he was in one-on-one, I thought that Scotty set a tone for everybody else. So when J-Mo ended up on him or Ocha ended up on him, those guys just continue picking up on that force that Scotty started with.
A big fourth quarter for IQ, and he was really good in the fourth against Miami the other night too. What makes him such a threat late in games, and how much did you miss having somebody like that in some of those tight games you played earlier this season?
I was really proud of him that he was trying really not to score or not to pass the ball, but actually to make the right play. And there were several situations that defense, did not do a good job of guarding him and covering him, and he was able to get shots, but he did an outstanding job of just getting us organized and moving the ball and finding his teammates. I believe he had in that fourth quarter some 5 threes in the 5 assists in the fourth quarter, which is a huge deal. He really helped us being aggressive and finding the balance to find his teammates as well.
Effective denied defense is usually something that role players bring to a team, but Scotty has shown a real, I guess, aptitude for being able to provide that. What does that say about him, both as a defender and a leader on the team, that his denied defense has been so strong?
I don't think that it says anything about him. I think it says about media. It says a lot about public that is not recognizing this kid as one of the most elite defensive players in the league. I don't think that he's getting enough credit of how diverse he is defensively and what he's doing defensively for us as a team. Maybe that has something to do with our record, but if you have eyes and if you're watching the game, you see that this guy is elite.
You used Chris at the start of the second quarter and the start of the fourth. Is that because those are dangerous points of the game to bring energy?
Chris, as I've said many times this year, he's been ultimate professional. I think he's doing a really good job. The problem right now is we don't have true backup 5, and he's stepping up in that role as well. So he's doing a really good job of being in the right spots, rebounding the ball. He's doing a really good job of shooting the ball, and he really brings a lot of energy off the bench for us.
It's Damon Stoudemire, and thanks for watching the Toronto Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe for more.
Stoudemire launches a 3, knocks it in! Stoudemire